ranking the 21 most hyped up summer fragrances into the ultimate tier list. But why are you ranking 21 fragrances? That's such a specific number. Well, 7 of them are going to be under $50, 7 are going to be between $100 and $150, and then 7 are going to be niche and more expensive fragrances that are over $200. Essentially, no matter who is watching this video right now, you're going to be smelling the best. Starting off with Versace Pour Homme, a fragrance I blind bought around 2 years ago now, and I'm not gonna lie, I shamelessly bought this because of that one viral Jeremy fragrance video.
Excuse me, you like the fragrance?
Yeah, I couldn't help. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, you smell really great.
In this video, essentially a very attractive woman is all up on him, asking him, sniffing his neck, what cologne are you wearing? And he said that in that video, he was wearing this fragrance. So of course, as a 20-year-old single man, I had to go out and buy it. Since then, have I had the results that Jeremy fragrance had in that clip? No. Not even one compliment, actually. But it is a very nice smelling cologne. It is honestly quite basic. It probably isn't going to turn anybody's heads. Well, except the head of that one girl, actually. It's very soapy. It's just a clean citrus fragrance. If you just want to smell like you just got out of the shower, but have that scent on you 24/7, this is the one to go for. It's also only around $30. I think where I live, it's 50 or 60. But most countries that aren't named Australia, it's going to be between $25 and $35. And for that price tag, this smells very high quality and it just works. You can wear this rain or shine, day or night. Obviously, it was probably made to be more of a spring and summertime scent, but you could wear this in the winter if you really wanted to. For me, this one's actually going to go into the A tier. I think it knows what it is. It doesn't try and be anyone else. It's just a solid citrusy summer fragrance that I think is really good. A summer fragrance that unfortunately I don't think is so good, and I'm not sure how it got any hype in the first place, is Bohemian Lime by Goldfield & Banks. And before you start coming at me that, the bottle's almost empty, I sell fragrance decants within Australia at fbfragrances.store. I'm not even trying to plug my sample store right now. I'm just predicting the amount of comments I'm going to get. But yeah, I don't like how this smells. I'm sorry. As the name suggests, Bohemian Lime, it's a lime heavy fragrance. It's just too sharp and zesty for me. I like bergamot. Bergamot's like one of my favorite notes because it's a more rounded, creamy and smooth citrus. This one is just so harsh and in your face. I get it, it's refreshing, it's an uplifting scent. I just want something smooth and sexy. And Bohemian Lime is just not that. Goldfield & Banks, just as a whole, as a brand, I've never been that big of a fan of. I don't mind Ingenious Ginger. I really do like the new Pacific Rock Flower. Those two make this fragrance here look like a little kid at daycare. And they're the big daddies looking after the kid. What the fuck am I saying? I will say it's still quite a mass appealing scent. I can see it getting compliments. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and put it in the C tier, despite my inner intrusive thoughts wanting me to be a dick and put it in the D tier. I'm not gonna do that. The best spring and summer fragrance from the niche house of Parfums de Marly is this one here, Greenley. And before I even describe it at all, it's going in the S tier. Editor, you can drag it, put it straight into the S tier right now, because this leaves the sexiest scent trail, potentially out of any fragrance in this entire video. It just smells like super sweet, freshly crushed green apples. There's not much else to say about this fragrance. If you want to smell like a sweet, quite realistic apple, this fragrance is for you. You do have to have $350 lying around though. That's the one downside. But in my opinion, yeah. It's worth that. I would pay $500 for this, in fact. Back to a more cheap fragrance, we have Armaf Limoni. Yes, I do think this is one of the ugliest bottles I've ever laid my eyes on, but the smell honestly more than makes up for it. Some of the notes you get: lemon, sweet orange, not regular orange, sweet orange, mandarin, bergamot, marine notes, and amber. So yeah, it's a citrus bomb. It's so refreshing, it's so uplifting, but it's a smooth citrus, unlike Bohemian Lime. It's honestly kind of a mix of Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim and Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill. Probably more like 70% Afternoon Swim and 30% Pacific Chill. It's a mass appealing, quite unique smelling citrus. It's incredible. I'm actually gonna put this in the S tier. I just think the quality for the price is out of this world. Performance isn't the best, 5 or 6 hours longevity, but when a fragrance is such a citrus dominated scent, you can't expect much better. If you find that you enjoy watching my videos regularly, I would really appreciate it if you could click that subscribe button. It is totally free, but it helps me out a ton. Thank you. It would be wrong of me to make a summer fragrance tier list video and not at least mention Bleu De Chanel. You guys know me, I've never been a fan of this. In fact, I've only recently purchased my first Chanel fragrance, and that's kind of crazy considering I own about 400 bottles of fragrance, and I only just got Bleu De Chanel. Most people would expect Bleu De Chanel to be one of the first ones purchased, but no, I'm just a special case. I'm gonna rank this one that I'm holding because it's my personal favorite. It's the Parfum version. This one adds kind of like a green herbalness to it and also some spiciness. I think this one's kind of nice because you can dress it up more than the EDT and the EDP version. You could argue that because it's more rich and spicy that it's less versatile, but I would disagree. I would actually say the Parfum is the most versatile Bleu De Chanel fragrance. It has the best performance, but it's overpriced. I think I paid $220 Aussie for this. Yeah, I wouldn't do it again. Yes, Bleu De Chanel's a timeless classic. I get it. I'm gonna put this one in the B tier. I think you could argue A tier, especially for the Parfum version, but if I'm just ranking Bleu De Chanel as a whole line, I'm going B tier, and you are not convincing me that I can rank it any higher than that. I'm sorry, man. On to the niche fragrance house of Xerjoff. When I think summer fragrances from Xerjoff, my mind always goes here. Torino 21, a fragrance that I never used to like because I used to just not like citrus fragrances at all. I've always been a sucker for sweet, gourmand vanillas, and I still am. I'm a vanilla baby at heart, but I do like citrus fragrances more now, so I can appreciate this one because it's an ultra realistic citrus. It's extremely natural smelling. The main note that you're going to get is mint. So if you don't want to smell like mint, get the fuck away from this fragrance. I personally think that this is a masterpiece. It smells like a freshly made mojito that you're sipping by the pool. It's delicious. It's kind of got a sexy element to it. It's refreshing. It's perfect on a hot summer's day. It's the A tier scent for me. The performance as well for such a fresh fragrance, not half bad. 6 or 7 hours longevity with moderate projection. No complaints from me. It's easily an A tier scent. Another fragrance that right off the bat I can say it's probably an A tier scent is Rayhan Pacific Aura. This came out about 3 weeks ago now, and it's already just gotten so much hype on social media. My TikTok video blind reacting to this has 3.1 million views now. I mean, that's fucking wild. 3 million people? That's like Sydney. That's like my city's population. I really do like what they've done here. They added the magnetic cap. They added this beautiful atomizer, and they also added this engraving texture on the back. But the smell is really good too, because yeah, the bottle, I don't know why I just spent so much time talking about the bottle. Pacific Aura is a dupe of Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. Who would have fucking guessed? The names are pretty similar. When you first spray it on for the first hour or so, they are very close to each other. You could argue that this is slightly mintier, but as it dries down, it becomes more musky and less fruity. And my guess is because the citrus notes are going to be slightly less of quality in this due to the cheap price point. But it's still really solid. Performance is around 5 to 6 hours. It's a good dupe. It's an A tier dupe for me. S tier would be if it lasted longer than Pacific Chill and smelled 1-to-1 the entire time. This doesn't quite do that, but it's solid. At around that $100 to $150 price point, we have to talk about Prada L'Homme EDT, the forgotten masterpiece designer fragrance. Yeah, it just smells like luxurious bubble bath soap. I love the iris in this. It's a powdery, fresh iris. A lot of iris scents, they're more heavy and dark and wintry things. I like how this is a summery iris dominant fragrance. It's actually my older sister's signature scent, which is interesting because I would say it leans masculine, but it's so soapy and so clean. I do think anyone can wear this. Age, gender, race, weight, height. I don't think I've put this in the tier list yet, but it's an S tier scent. S for scrumptious scent. No, we can do better than that. Standalone goat. But technically it's not standing alone because there's other fragrances in the S tier. So now I don't know what to call S tier. Louis Vuitton City of Stars, a fragrance that I purchased purely because of the aesthetic around it. When you search up this fragrance on the internet, it just comes up with like montages of Miami at nighttime, and it looks so beautiful. So I thought if I could smell like that, of course I will buy this. but it's just a white floral citrus bomb. There's nothing that really interests me about City of Stars. Some of the notes you get lime, blood orange, blood mandarin, lemon, bergamot, and flowers. And I do think this leans on the more feminine side, to be honest, because it's just a floral overdose. It's something my mum would wear. She would probably love this scent. I might actually go see if she wants it now. I just have so many other LVs in my collection that I prefer wearing. So it's going to be going into the C tier for me. Also, the projection is terrible. Now I want to put in the D tier, but I don't think it's that bad. I just don't think it's that good. It's a C tier scent. 12 more fragrances to rank. We are almost at the halfway point with Bohemian's Inferno, a $45 Australian fragrance that fucking kills it, man. This is a dupe of SHL's God of Fire, and I recently picked up the real God of Fire. And to be honest, this is probably the best dupe of God of Fire I have in my collection. I have a few others like Mango Ice by Golf Orchid, which is amazing. I just love this one. And you know, ripe, freshly picked mangoes. Mango flesh though, because it's not an ultra sweet, you know, synthetic mango. It's quite realistic, it's juicy, and I just want to spray it all the time. I'm actually already wearing a cologne, so I'm not going to. If you couldn't already tell based off how much I'm giving this fragrance its props, it's going into the S tier, which I still don't know what the S tier stands for, but it's the very best, and Bohemian Inferno deserves to be there. Up next, we have Mancera French Riviera, which you can get for around $80 on discounters. So a solid price, but not a solid scent in my opinion. I don't know how this one got so much hype on TikTok a year or two ago now. It smells like salty sunscreen lotion. Like, it smells like a day on the beach. If you want to smell like a day on the beach, if you want a fragrance just to wear to the beach, this would actually probably suit. But other than that, I don't see this having any kind of practical application in the real world. Yeah, it's a fun fragrance to own, but I really don't think it's that wearable unless you really want a very sunscreeny lotion type of smell. I'm actually going to be putting this one, no, is it a D tier? No, it still smells good. It's a C tier fragrance. For it to be in the D tier, it genuinely has to smell bad. This doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't smell like something I ever want to wear again. 10 fragrances left to rank, and we have got Initio's Musk Therapy. This is the most calming and relaxing scent in my collection. I never knew I could like musk so much. If you don't know musk, it kind of smells like skin. Well, there's a lot of types of musk, but the one in this is fluffy, it's sweet, it's creamy, it's a citrusy, floral heavy fragrance with some musk. It's simple, but it's worth the high price tag because it just smells smooth. You can just tell they used high quality ingredients. I love everything about this fragrance, man. To be quite honest, like, it's a masterpiece. Initio Musk masterpiece. Before I forget to rank this in the tier list, I'm just gonna put it in the S tier now. Musk Therapy, S tier. The OG Rasasi Hawas. They've released so many now that people forget that this was the one that started it all and blew up the brand. Sweet, fresh bubblegum in a bottle. It's still solid in 2025. I don't think the performance is where it used to be. Like, it used to be genuinely beast mode for $40. Now it's like okay performance for $50, but I still think the DNA is so mass appealing. It works so great in the summer, especially summer nights because of how sweet and fruity it is. It's going into the A tier still. Even in 2025, I do think Rasasi Hawas Ice is better, and that would probably be in the S tier, but this one's still solid. At not number 8, but the 8th fragrance left is Jean Paul Gaultier's Beau Le Parfum, one of the most hyped up fragrances of all time. It smells like a pina colada in a bottle, and I know that sounds kind of cliche, people describing fragrances that smell like cocktails. I get it, it's overdone, but in this case, I'm standing by it because genuinely, it's just thick, rich coconut. You get a little bit of pineapple. It's juicy, it's just sweet, it's synthetic, but in the best way possible. A tier. It's an A tier fragrance. I think for me, for it to be S tier, I have to want to wear it more. Oh, honestly, I don't wear this that much anymore because I do prefer slightly less synthetic fragrances, but this knows what the fuck am I saying? S tier. Ex Nihilo's Blue Talisman, one of the most overpriced fragrances of all time. I don't think it's inherently bad, and I will say the performance is fantastic for how fresh and summery it is. And I love that it has a pear note, because pear is something that's just not done a lot in perfumes anymore, or like ever. Yeah, since when do people ever use pear? Probably never, right? But this also does give me crippling headaches. I wish I could tell you why. Soapiness mixed with how sweet this fragrance is probably is why, if I had to guess. But yeah, it's just a headache bomb for me. So I can't really wear it. So it's in the B tier. I think a lot of you guys watching this, it's worth trying if you haven't, because I've heard this is some people. So my freaking camera died and now I'm having microphone issues, but we push on. Like I said, Blue Talisman, even after my 20-minute walk and reflecting on this fragrance, you're still a B tier fragrance, buddy. I'm sorry. Speaking of B tier fragrances, we have the brand new COLOGNE Shiyaaka Shadow. I think this is cool. It's got a pressurized atomizer and it's a dupe of Bad Boy Cobalt, which I'll give credit to COLOGNE. It's a fragrance I would never expect a company to dupe. But also, like, why would you dupe it? You know, it's just not that good of a designer fragrance. It's fresh, it's super masculine smelling, it works all year round. Oh, and it's got a crack in it, apparently. Really strong projection and longevity of both the dupe and the real thing, I will say. I think the bottle's kind of cool. It's quite spiky though. You could definitely hurt your hand. It's a solid B tier scent. I don't know what the official price is going to be of this once it finally comes out, but as long as it's around the $30 to $40 price point, I think a B tier mark for this is good. 4 fragrances left to rank, and we've got Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. If you know me, you should already know where this fragrance is going to go. Straight to the S tier, baby. It's got apricot, peach, lemon. It's just a whole bunch of sweet and juicy citruses. It's extremely fruity. It's so refreshing. The performance is great, well above average, and probably much better than you would expect from such a fresh summer scent. I do think it's worth the high price tag. Rayhan Pacific Aura is great. It deserves its A tier ranking, but no one quite does it like Louis Vuitton does it. It would be criminal to rank 21 summer fragrances and not rank Dior Sauvage. This is a classic for a reason. Dior Sauvage, they will never make me hate you, okay, buddy? I'm always gonna have a soft place in my heart until I smell it. Yeah. My ranking of this fragrance and the way I rate it is always going to be so biased because it was my first ever cologne and I wore it during some rough periods in my life. So every time I smell it now, I just get PTSD. But objectively, I'm putting it in the B tier. It still gets compliments. I'm telling you, most people would never have smelt this scent still, because only around 20% of men wear cologne every single day. And most of that 20% probably just wear some old ass fragrance made in the 1900s that their auntie got them for their birthday. So don't worry, wear Dior Sauvage if you like it. I still do recommend it in 2025, despite there admittingly being better fragrances out there to buy. For around $30 to $35, Afnan 9pm Rebel is a beast mode, freshly cut pineapple scent. It's woody, it's fruity, it has that Middle Eastern kind of like tinge to it, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's really nice in the summertime. This one is going to go straight into the A tier. For a lot of you watching, this could be an S tier fragrance though, especially because of how strong it projects. If you really like a beast mode fragrance, for around 30 bucks, this one is really nice. As I always say though, if you already own Lattafa Al Qiad Fersen, I think that's the one, the black bottle with the engraving, these two smell around 95% similar, so there's no need to own both. I want to round off this ultimate summer tier list with 2 S tier fragrances at 2 very different price points. For around $80 at discounters, YSLY EDP, soapy, fresh, clean, masculine. You get the green apple note as well, which adds a little bit of sweetness. This one is always going to be a staple in my collection. And then finally, for the people that stuck around, City Rhythm Miami, 100% worth the price point. It just smells like straight coconut. You get some smooth white rum, sweet, sugary lime, very strong projection and longevity. If you like Creed Virgin Island water, but just like me, have always wished that it lasted much longer, check this one out. That is going to wrap up this video on ranking 21 of the most hyped up summer colognes right now into a huge tier list. Let me know what you thought of my ranking, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.